What's going on, everybody? Y'all already see the title. Y'all already see the title. Frank Martin allegedly pulled out of his fight with Shakur Stevenson. They had agreed that they were gonna fight. Um, they had agreed that they were gonna fight sometime in November, allegedly, according to Mike Coppinger, who's been wrong before. So we have to take that in consideration. But what I will say is the WBC put out an article. I wish I was home so I could screen share and post everything, do everything right, but I had to go live now. Um, Shakur Stevenson and so excuse me, I was thinking and a bunch of things. So the WBC on their website put out a statement saying, "Hey, listen, we're we're not going to go to purse bid because there's been a contract agreed with. They're not. So all right, cool, boom. So everybody was expecting that the fight was going to happen. It's going to be Frank Martin versus Shakur Stevenson. They were talking about doing it on a Thursday in Las Vegas, the same day as F1 or something like that. That was the rumor, right? Okay, so that since that was the rumor, everybody figured the fight was done. All of a sudden today, it gets reported that Frank Martin pulled out the fight and that he will no longer be fighting. Now, there is a potential, like everybody calling Frank Martin a duck, and I'm hesitant to call him a duck. I am hesitant to call him a duck because uh, we don't know why he pulled out. If he pulled out for a tank fight, which is a bigger money fight, we cannot call him a duck. If he gets a tank fight, we cannot. But if he fuck around and fight Pitbull, he fuck around and fight even Edwin. If he was fuck around and fight Edwin, that's a duck, bro. You literally turned down a title shot to fight a contender who's less known. Like that to me would be considered a duck, to be honest with you. But all right, so the assumption for everybody is that Edwin De Los Santos is next in line. Currently, Frank Martin's ranked number 4, so he was gonna take the shot for the vacant. Apparently, he pulled out, so it goes to the number 5 contender. Number 5 contender is William Zepeda. William Zepeda has turned down a fight with Shakur Stevenson before to become the WBC mandatory, where Oscar De La Hoya came out and put out a statement saying, "Hey, my guy's just not ready. My guy's just not ready. All right, since he's not ready, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna move on and we're gonna go to the next contender, and that's how they got to Yoshino. Now, people say, "Oh, he turned him down once before. He'll do it again." We can't be so certain with that because last time was just for a mandatory position. This time is for a belt. So I can see somebody going, "Hey, man, I don't want to fight you to become a mandatory when I don't know if I'll beat you, but I'll fight you in case there's an opportunity to fight you and I could get paid and I could get a belt, and I could fight main event and I could fight on ESPN and you add in all these layers when that belt, especially the green belt, has a little bit more weight and value than you fighting for mandatory for the green belt. You get what I'm saying? So if William Zepeda takes the fight, he will be uh, the next guy in line. Now, most people, including myself, think he's still going to turn it down, which again we can't totally discount that. Now, the number 6 contender after that is Edwin De Los Santos. And Edwin De Los Santos, as you guys been seeing him on social media, he really, really, really wants that fight. Been calling out Shakur. Went to the Prudential Center, tell him I'm in your house, Shakur, and all this, and was really animated with that. Oh, by the way, yes, William Zepeda does have a fight scheduled for next week. You're right. I forgot to mention that. I actually knew that. I forgot to mention that. So he may not be in the running. But if they do go, you know what? We'll just make the fight for December. He could be in the running. Let's not discount them pushing the fight back an extra month, where he gets an extra month of rest, and then back into a training camp. Who knows? You gotta remember, people in the past they used to fight 3, 4, 5 times a year. Like it's just now where people fighting 2 times, 3 times a year. So um, it could be done. It could be done. But what I will say is we can't discount Jermaine Ortiz, who's ranked at number 7. Jermaine Ortiz is ranked at number 7. He's about to fight next week as well against Antonio Miranda. My prediction is that Edwin won't get the fight. It's unfortunate, and the fight I want is for him. My prediction is after Jermaine Ortiz beats Antonio Moran, he'll move up in the rankings ahead of both Zepeda and De Los Santos, and he's gonna get the shot. Those are two top-ranked fighters, and it's just what makes sense to me, to be honest with you. And by the way, this live is not going to be long, so I apologize in advance why it's not long. And y'all see me, I'm not in my house, you know what I'm saying? So if I was at home, this would be a 3-hour live. But Edwin is the fight that I want to say the fans want the most, to be honest with you. I think Edwin can match him with speed, can match him with footwork, has significantly more power than him, and has the attitude, man. The dude, the fact that he's going out, calling him out, and doing all types of shit, and wants the fight to happen, and that's not what a lot of people are doing. So I definitely respect Edwin De Los Santos for putting himself in position for once a fight gets rumored, for the fans to get excited. You get what I'm saying? I really, really like that fight. I think, how do I say? I think Edwin De Los Santos has a lot better chance than people give him credit for. But I'm not so sure they're not going to throw Jermaine just because they're on the same side of the street. And we know how the boxing business works, man, especially if they move him up in the rankings after this next fight. But I will say this. The fight is at 137, which is okay. Sometimes you can move up. You can move up in the rankings, even if you're fighting 2-3 pounds above the weight class. But they're fighting at 137. If by any chance, and I'm not hoping or wishing or even predicting that this happens, if by any chance, if by any chance Jermaine Ortiz misses weight, that would be the only way I see Edwin De Los Santos getting this shot. So that's as far as it goes right there. I mean, I don't know. Everybody's hoping that well, I don't want to say everybody. The people who primarily watch this channel is hoping that De Los Santos gets the shot. You get what I'm saying? Jermaine Ortiz, shout out to Jermaine, been on my channel a couple times already, and he half Dominican, so he's definitely going to be repping for us anyways. But my man Edwin's the one that's been putting out that energy, putting out that full court pressure on social media that's the fight he wants. And I feel like it's the one that the fans are more excited about. But again, I'll take Jermaine if that's the next fight. But I was really getting excited for the potential of Edwin De Los Santos getting that fight. But we'll see. We'll see what happens next week. Well, more importantly, we'll see what happens, I guess, after the ratings come out, after the WBC rankings come out. That's when we'll see what's going to happen. Because let's say Jermaine Ortiz wins. If they keep him in the same position, or if they move Frank down and move Edwin up since he turned down the fight, like there's a bunch of ways that this can go, to be honest with you. If by any chance Edwin De Los Santos becomes the fight that happens for the vacant title, I will be ecstatic. I'll be ecstatic because y'all know me. I've been saying Edwin is the best Dominican out of all of them. I think Edwin is better than Adames, better than Hector, better than all of them. I think he's a complete fighter. I think he has the speed, he has the footwork, he has the power. I used to say it was Elvis Rodriguez who was the best. I just didn't like how he looked against Jermaine Ortiz. I felt like he had a little bit of trouble with boxers, guys who move. And, I was so shocked of how, Edwin showed so much good footwork against Adorno. And make whatever you want about the performance. I'm talking about the footwork he showed. I didn't know he had that kind of skill set. I know him for being a puncher and having hand speed. But I didn't know he banged. His feet was like that. He looked like Lomachenko in there. I was like, damn, like, when did this guy get so good? Excuse me. But I'm ecstatic the fact that it's even a possibility. But again, we have to see where the WBC ranks Jermaine Ortiz after this fight. That'll tell us everything. Because as of right now, it's Edwin De Los Santos. Well, it's actually, as of right now, it's actually William Zepeda. But again, working off the assumption that he's gonna turn the fight down, then the favorite is Edwin. If they keep the ranking as they are right now, and William Zepeda turns it down, so there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of moving parts for it to fall the way it does. But Edwin, no matter what, he has to stay in shape. But let's play out the scenario. Matter of fact, let's do that. Let's play out the scenario that he doesn't get the fight. That Jermaine Ortiz moves up ahead of him after fighting Antonio Moran. Then he's fighting for the vacant. All right. If Frank Martin fights Gervonta Davis, then throw him in against Pitbull. If Pitbull is willing to take that fight, which I doubt. If I don't know, if Tank and Pitbull are fighting each other, all right, then throw Frank versus De Los Santos. Those are the only two, I guess, how do I say? Or if De Los Santos gets the fucking Tank fight, who knows? You imagine that would actually, if they give Frank Pitbull and they fuck around, give De Los Santos Tank. Never know, man. I never in a million years would have predicted Hector Luis Garcia would have got a Tank fight. I'm like, this guy's fought twice on Showtime, once on Fox Sports. He's gonna get a Tank fight, and he's a 130-pounder. I would have never believed it, and he got it. So I'm not gonna totally write off De Los Santos possibly getting a Tank fight. I'm not gonna totally write off Frank Martin leaving the Shakur Stevenson fight, a title shot, and going, I'm gonna make more money with Tank. And if I fuck around and beat Tank, I got that WBA regular, which will become the WBA super once Devin Haney moves up. You get what I'm saying? That's two. I understand that. It's just, let's just say if that happens, it's a whole matter of where the rankings fall after that. That's what does he stay and maintain his position? Does he move up since Frank Martin turned it down? Does a win over Antonio Moran leapfrog Jermaine Ortiz over Zepeda and Edwin? I don't know. That's the one thing I say. That's why I haven't called Frank Martin a duck or nothing like that, because I'm trying to see how shit plays out. I'll be honest with you. I want to see how shit plays out, and then I'll make my assessment from there, because at the end of the day, this is a money division, man. You got Lomachenko, who's a popular fighter. I wouldn't say he's a huge draw, but he's a popular fighter. You got Shakur Stevenson, who's a big draw on the East Coast, and I feel like he's getting his name up as of recently, and he's one of the highest rated fighters on ESPN. He draws in 800, 900, a million views consistently. You got Tank Davis. I don't need to tell you how big of a draw he is. You know what I'm saying? So you got. I mean, and Haney, his profile went up after his last fight. I know it's been announced he's gonna move up and fight Regis at 140, but he hasn't vacated those belts yet. So it's interesting. We got to see what he's gonna do. You get what I'm saying? We got to see what he's gonna do. Is he still in the division, or is he just moving up, getting a scout, or moving up, feeling how he feels in that weight class, and then doing his thing? So this is a money division. I just hope things, wherever the dominoes fall, that Edwin De Los Santos is in a good position, whether that be a fight with Tank, a big money fight with Tank, or a big money fight with Shakur, or who knows, or maybe a contender elevating fight, that the best way of putting it, against a Pitbull or against a Frank Martin. It's honestly hard to predict. This is, as a matter of fact, this is my prediction, but there's so many moving parts that it's very hard to predict. My prediction is Frank Martin fights, what's his name? Frank Martin. Frank Martin fights Tank, my bad. Jermaine Ortiz is gonna leapfrog De Los Santos after his win against Antonio Moran, and he's gonna be fighting Shakur for the vacant. And then either they give Pitbull De Los Santos, or if Pitbull turns that down, then he's gonna be fighting somebody like a Giovanni Cabrera or Artem Haratouyan. Or so things could go bad if things break like that. Or things go bad, things will go bad is if things break like that and Pitbull turns the fight down. Because if he gets the Pitbull fight, Pitbull is very highly rated in a lot of sanctioning bodies. So not only are you beating somebody who's highly ranked, who's going to move you up in the rankings, you're also beating somebody with a name. You know, it's like, oh yeah, that's the guy that tanked for. He couldn't knock him out. And let's just say, and De Los Santos got power. So let's just say, fucking, he knocks this dude out in the 6th round. You know what I'm saying? If he knocks him out in the 6th round, now his name and value went up because he knocked somebody out who Javante didn't knock out. You get what I'm saying? So we got to see how this shit plays out. And two things that are, listen, I was already excited for the fight, but two things that we really have to look out for is, one, will Jermaine Ortiz win his fight? And two, will he make weight? Those are the two factors. If he makes weight and wins the fight, I think he's the one getting the fight. Yo, hold on. I just want to address something. Jesus, can you answer questions? Listen, I answer free questions all the time, so I'm not gonna say I'm above that. But if you really want to answer and wants me to answer a question, how about you super chat me? How about you send me $5 or $2? Get what I'm saying? If it's that important that I need to answer it, bro, I'm talking. You're not the only person here. Get what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. And I do answer questions, but I'm getting my shit off, bro. And if it's a question that's so important that you want answered, send me a $2 super chat. You get what I'm saying? You don't got $2 to send to your favorite YouTuber? You get what I'm saying? Come on, man. But anyways, like I was saying, things can break the right way, but things also can not break the right way. So it's just a matter of letting shit play out, both on what we think of Frank Martin. We got to let it play out because, oh shit, he pulled out, but he got a tank fight. I don't think anybody's gonna be calling him a duck. At least I won't. You get what I'm saying? I'm not gonna call. Why would he be waiting? Hold on. Why would it be waiting 6 months? What are you talking about? As long as he doesn't get cut up or nothing like that, he can fight again in December. Why not? Why not? Why can't he fight again in December? He'll take the month of September off after this fight, then jump right back in camp in October. I don't see a problem with that. Again, you guys are used to this new shit where fighters fight 2 times a year. Yo, back in the day, people used to fight 5-6 times a year back in the day. So, let's not get too crazy. Let's not get too crazy and say like, oh, he can't have a quick turnaround. People have quick turnaround. Canelo fought 4 times. 4 times in his undisputed run in less than 11 months. So you telling me this guy can't figure it out and go, yo, this is the biggest fight of my career. Let me just take a month off, then jump back into a training camp. Again, barring he gets cut up or broken nose or breaks his hand, barring injuries, because shit happens in boxing. This is boxing. Oh, he's fighting Antonio Moran. Like, who's that guy? Well, who's that guy? That guy is a boxer with 2 hands, and a heart in his chest. Like, you can't discount it, and it don't even have to be, a beating. It could just be one quick shot. Oh shit, he cut him really bad, and Ortiz still won the fight, but he got to get plastic surgery to recover the scar tissue and all that. Like we don't know. We have to wait and see how things play out. But again, my prediction is De Los Santos is going to be he's going to be in no man's land in the terms of Jermaine Ortiz going to get that Shakur fight, Frank Martin going to get that that tank fight, and then If those two things happen, what Pitbull Cruz's next move is important. And if I'm PBC, I am not allowing, by any stretch of the imagination, Pitbull on my channel. If he turns down that fight, Pitbull will never ever fight on Showtime. If I'm Al Heyman, I'm like, yo, my man, you turned down a bunch of fights. Now you were holding out for the Tank fight, and we respect that because we understand. But yo, my man, this is the fight you got to do. Now, all right, my man, we're done doing business. That's it. Go fight on ESPN or go fight on the Zone, but here you cannot do that. That's the way I would go about it. But guys, like I said, man, this is gonna be a short one. Man, I wish I was home. I wish I wasn't here wearing a suit, still looking fresh. You know what I'm saying? Don't look, just because I'm in a suit, you know, I work and shit, don't mean I can't look fresh. But I wish I could make this long. I have to end it here. I had to go live because this is big news in our community, and I know you guys wanted to get informed, but that's the situation on. I gave you guys my prediction, and but let's hope things break the right way. Let's hope Edwin gets his shot, and boom, and then, you know, all parties are happy. But all right, guys, till next time, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Follow me on Twitter at BroadwayJoel, Instagram BroadwayJoel, and go to BroadwayJoel.com. Buy yourself a Dominican boxing shirt. Peace.